Yeah, fellas, I'm back, and it's time for a quick mails shot. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. I know my email is too long, but hey, Player Supreme, I'm wondering if you can give me some advice to improve my game. I'll give you a bit of a background on my situation. I'm 42, which means I'm probably a lot older than most of the guys in your forum. Yeah, but Dave, you're actually the right age I need to work with, not kids. You're my market. You finally found me. Now, where are the rest of the guys above 35? Anyway, at my age, I'm not interested in being a player or hanging out in clubs, picking up freaks. I'm looking for a good woman for a relationship. But even though I'm not trying to be a player, I still think your forum has the best advice for my situation. I've seen enough of your videos to understand that you're talking about something much bigger than just how to be a player with women. Exactly. I'm glad you recognize that. You're talking about how to be a player of life, yes, which is something we can all benefit from. Exactly. Anyhow, back to my situation. For most of my life, I was a typical nice guy and maybe even a bit of a nerd. But at least I'm self-aware enough to see it, which means I can work on fixing it. You got it. You've got it. You got to be self-aware, fellas, like this fella is. That's how I fixed myself. I got married at 36, but just 3 months later, I found out my wife was involved with one of her coworkers. She even told me that she was in love with him. Ooh. And not me. Ooh. Sounded like she was looking for security and she married you, but she was fucking the other dude. God, that's fucked up. Damn, 3 months, man. Fuck! I was obviously shocked by the timing, but I'm proud to say I didn't act like a simp. I ended our relationship on the spot and immediately filed for divorce. Looking back, I know it was the best decision of my life because she has been dragging me down in so many ways. My problem is that since the divorce, I've been having a hard time getting back into the dating game. I've dated a few women in the past 5 years, but I haven't had even one serious relationship in that whole time. You might have some issues going on there, Dave, that's blocking you, though. Be aware of that. Because of the damage of that woman marrying you, and then 3 months later you found out, and she's actually in love with the dude. That's pretty damaging to the psyche, okay? There was one girl I met a few years ago who I was really into, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get past the friendship zone with her. Sound like you're hoe chasing, okay? She gave me 2 reasons why she wasn't into me. Both those reasons go straight to the heart of everything you teach. First, she said, you're kinder and nicer to me than any man I've ever met, and you're just not what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, women do want the guy, the abuser dude. Yep. And the second thing was, you put me on a pedestal. Can you believe it? She said the exact thing that you warn us about all the time. That's because I know the game there, Dave. Like you've discovered, I'm from the real world. My advice is based on experience in the real world. I didn't understand her comments until I discovered your forum. Now I realize the reason she wasn't feeling me as a man was because I was being too much of a nice guy and not projecting a masculine sexual energy. Let's skip the faking it and become masculine and project sexual energy. Okay? That means grow your sexual energy. I don't like that whole projecting. That's like pickup art stuff, like wearing a mask. I like becoming, being the real thing, Dave. Okay? Also, I understand that a woman wants a man who she can look up to. Exactly. So if I put her on a pedestal, it means I'm raising her above me. You got it. And she can't, you must have been watching a lot of my videos. And she can't love or respect a man if she's looking down at him. All she can do is piss on him. Yeah. And that's what they do when they put you in friend zone, tease you with it. And I don't have time to finish this because I have to get to work, train some clients. Since I started watching your channel, I've been following your advice on improving eye contact, body language, and my style of dressing. I'm also hitting the iron. Good. But I know that's going to be a long-term transformation because I've always been an extreme hard gainer. That means you're on the skinny side. On the plus side, I think one thing I have going for me is that I project a positive, youthful energy which people respond to well. For example, I'm very popular at work, and even my younger coworkers, those in their 20s, will adjust their schedules to be in the office on the same days as me. And the women at work often come to me for advice on their personal lives. That's friend zone. They're real older daddy friend zone because you're older. You're in your 40s now. So this tells me I connect well with people and I'm not giving off any, creepy, weird, nerd energy. Good point, yes. But at the same time, I know I still have a lot more work to do to develop more masculine, confident energy. When you become the problem solver, you're like the guru, okay? The older guru in the office. They start coming to you with their shit. My main problem is that despite the improvements I've made, I'm not getting any choosing signals from women. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. A lot of guys say they don't get choosing signals, but the real problem is they're only noticing the hottest women, and that makes them blind to signals they're receiving from more normal women. But I don't think I have that problem. I'm very tuned into people and energy around me, so when I say I'm not getting any choosing signals, it's for real. I'm working my way through your Confidence Kicker program, but my progress has been 2 steps forward, 1 step back, because every time I go out, I feel invisible to women, and that kills my confidence. Okay? And he says, okay, too. Sorry for writing the whole book here. I'll boil it down to 2 questions. First, what can I do to step up my game? And I'm still not getting any choosing signals. And second, do you have any advice on meeting women for those of us who are over 40? Dave, you're what I've been looking for. You know what I've been... Hell yeah. And not interested in club game. Yeah. I find it hard to date at this age. I did my best dating in my 40s, early 40s, Dave. I stopped when I was 44. Actually, I kind of continued a little bit longer than that, but that's between you and I. About 3 years ago. But anyway, I stopped in my 40s. Was I 50? 4 years ago. Somewhere in there. But anyway, my best dating was in my 40s. You know, that's when I got all the power that I had over women in my 40s. Okay? It seems like all the good women in the 30s are already attached. And most of the single ones I've met have had very negative, bitter energy, or they were emotionally unstable. For example, threatening to commit suicide because I wouldn't commit to them after 3 dates. That's some crazy shit right there. That's just fucking madness. Of course, there are lots of cool, attractive single women in their 20s, but most of them don't want a relationship with a guy in their 40s. I've had 20s, 28, 24, in my early 40s. But you're right. With the guy in their 40s, they don't. But I was cool enough to get by all that. In fact, that one chick, I dated her for 8 years. I was in my 40s. I was 41 or 42, I think, when that ended. So I don't know where my market is. Okay, I would really appreciate any advice you can offer. All right, Dave. I'm sending you my email, and we'll get in contact through email. We'll get you in the right direction. Okay. All right, there you go. And Dave is my market there, fellas. Older guys, because they really need a lot of help out there too. Sergeant Cracky's back player. I can't get on your get big, how to get huge muscles site. Maybe I lost the link, but I can't get past the order page, though I still have the receipt. Get big. Which program is it? Send me the link that you're using. And you got to go, why are you trying to get in there anyway? You already downloaded the product. But let me know about that too. You got to go, what is it, WordPress has, they have the login. You got to log in. On the side, there should be a login for that product, and then just log in. You got to re-download it. Okay, fellas, that's our mail for the day. I'm out of here.